إن الحمد لله نحمده تعالى ونستعينه ونستنصره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صفيه وخليله، بعثه الله هاديا ومبشرا ونذيرا وداعيا إلى الله بإذنه وسراجا منيرا، فبلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين. أما بعد، أيها الإخوة المؤمنون، أيتها الأخوات المؤمنات، ما زلنا نتحدث بقصة إبراهيم عليه السلام وابنه إسماعيل، والحديث موصول، فما زلنا في أجواء العيد وما زلنا في أجواء الحج. فنقول أيها الإخوة والأخوات، إن أي دين لا يكون فيه تضحيات لا يقوم، وإن أي مبدأ وإن أي قوانين لا تقوم على تضحيات فإنها لن تقوم. انظروا إلى كل المبادئ على الأرض، ليست فقط المبادئ الدينية، حتى المبادئ الغير دينية قامت بتضحيات أبنائها أو بمعتقديها الذين يعتقدون بها. فالله عز وجل يريد من المؤمنين من خلال قصة إبراهيم عليه السلام وإسماعيل، يريد من المؤمنين أن يضحوا بالغالي والنفيس من أجل إقامة دين الله عز وجل على الأرض. We're still talking about the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam and his son Ismail. And we're learning from the story. And we have said that you cannot find any ideology or any religion or any principles to be established and to be survived without sacrifice. Let's take Canada as an example. Canada was built on many sacrifices, that people did many sacrifices to build this country. And it was not built from nothing. It was built because there were people building this country, and they're trying hard to build this country. So if you want to build something for your luxury, also you need to sacrifice for that. If you want to live in satisfaction, so you're going to sacrifice for that. You're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to come up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the evening. So you sacrifice for that because you're looking for the betterment of your life. And Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail was warning us and also lighting us that if you want the akhirah, if you want to establish the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on earth, so you have to sacrifice. And this is the story that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us about Ibrahim alayhi salam when he was asked directly to sacrifice his own son. He was waiting for Ismail for a long time, and he was walking with Ismail, was proud that he has a son now, and he was waiting for this moment to see his son walking with him. فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ مَعَهُ السَّعْيَ قَالَ يَا بُنَيَّ إِنِّي أَرَى فِي الْمَنَامِ أَنِّي أَذْبَحُكَ فَانظُرْ مَاذَا تَرَى. That I have been given an order. And you know, the word فِي الْمَنَامِ, it's a dream. And according to the hadith, رُؤْيَا الْأَنْبِيَاء حَقٌّ. When the Anbiya see dreams, then their dreams is haqq, that they have to practice it. وَالْأَنْبِيَاء تَنَامُ عُيُونُهُمْ وَلَا تَنَامُ قُلُوبُهُم. That the Anbiya, they have a special character. Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ismail, Isa, Musa, all the prophets, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them a character. And this character that their eyes might sleep, that you might see their eyes closed, but their heart will be awakened. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might give the revelation any moment. So their heart always be awakened. So whatever they see, This is an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he said to his son, I have seen in my dream that I'm slaughtering you. And Ismail knows this is an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said to his father, do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling you to do. This is a sacrifice for Ibrahim alayhi salam, who fulfilled his duty toward Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is to us a lesson. What is this lesson all about? It was described in the Quran. This is the lesson that the Quran made it clear for us. What is the lesson from the story of Ibrahim and Ismail? Listen to this verse in the Quran Kareem. قُلْ إِنْ كَانَ آبَاؤُكُمْ أَوْ أَبْنَاؤُكُمْ وَأَبْنَاؤُكُمْ وإخوانكم وأزواجكم وعشيرتكم وأموال اقترفتموها وتجارة تخشون كسادها ومساكن ترضونها أحب إليكم من الله ورسوله وجهاد في سبيله فتربصوا حتى يأتي الله بأمره إن الله لا يهدي القوم الفاسقين. This is the lesson. What is the lesson? Say, O Muhammad, to the followers, to your followers, from the story of Ibrahim and Ismail, what we're going to learn, tell them, O Muhammad, if it be that your fathers, your brothers, and your sons, and your kids, your children, your mates, or your kindred, the wealth that you have gained, the commerce in which you fear a decline, or the dwellings in which you delight are dearer to you than Allah or His Messenger, or to striving in His cause, then wait until Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings about His decision. And Allah guide not those who are fasiqeen, misguided. So this is the story of Ibrahim and Ismail. If this is dear to us, if our fathers, or our children, or our wives, our mates, or the wealth that we're always worried to lose, our homes, our dwellings, that we starve day and night to get better homes, if this is dearer to us, if this is dear to us from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger, then wait for the decision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is what we need to learn. We need to learn, it's nothing wrong to love your son. It's nothing wrong to love your daughter. It's nothing wrong to love your wife. But the issue is when it is contradicting with your rule al-Muslim, who will be first? Is your salah will be first, or your business will be first? Is your salah will be first, or your money will be first? Ask ourselves. Let us ourselves. If Ibrahim alayhi salam was sacrificing his son, you know why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He realized Ibrahim is really connected to his son. After a long waiting period, imagine someone, he doesn't have the kids for 20 years. Imagine you don't have a kid for 30 years or for 40 years. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted you with a son. Would your love to your son would be equal for someone who's married, newly and he has a son? If someone who's 20 years old, got married, or 24 years old and he got married and he has a son, he will enjoy his child for sure. But imagine if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not give you a son or a daughter till after 30 or 40 years. How connected you will be to that son? You will be very connected to him. Even if a wind passed by him, you will be worried. If he's got sick, you will be worried. Because you waited 30 years or 40 years to see this child. And he's telling him to sacrifice his son. We need to sacrifice our desires. We need to sacrifice our business that cutting the relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need to sacrifice. We need to sacrifice anything. And the most dear things to you Ask yourself today, what is the most dearest to you? Would you be able to sacrifice it to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? We need to do that. And this is what Islam taught us. Islam taught us, إِرَادَةٌ قَوِيَّةٌ لَا تَعْرِفُ ضَعْفٌ. This is what Islam wants from us. Islam wanted from us a strong willingness, do not know weakness. Strong willingness. إرادة قوية لا تعرف الضعف. وفاء ثابت لا يعرف التلون ولا الغدر. To be loyal to your deen. And you're not coloring. You do not have two faces and two tongues. You're loyal to your deen. تضحية عزيزة. To sacrifice, to look. You know, even in terms of you want to spend money, you don't spend any money. وَلَا تَيَمَّمُوا الْخَبِيثَ مِنْهُ تُنْفِقُونَ. Don't spend any money. Because Allah will not accept any money that you're spending. You need to choose the money is dearest to you and spend it. And also, معرفة بالمبدأ لا تعرف الانحراف عنه. That you have to be strong on your mabda. You have to be strong on your principles. And you do not choose another mabda. You don't choose another way of life. So Islam is our way of life. Do you think that Sahaba sit home? Do you think that Uthman bin Affan sit home? Uthman bin Affan, he established an army. He helped an army. And it cannot that a community will be established if you're sitting home. I'm sorry to say it, but some brothers told me that they have been here 30 years and 40 years and they don't remember that they contributed $1 to any cause. $1 to any cause. They've been here 30 years and 40 years. And when they die, their money maybe it might go to the government. They did not contribute to their community. Islam cannot be survived with such attitude. It cannot. Because those who brought Islam up, Uthman bin Affan, what he did, Uthman bin Affan, he said, he prepared an army and he bought a well for Islamic sake, for the Muslim sake. This is sacrifice. When Umar Khattab was coming to the Prophet ﷺ with his half money, he said, now I'm going to compete with Abu Bakr. Now I'm going to compete with Abu Bakr. So he came to the Prophet ﷺ and he told him, this is half of my money. Put it in the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bring the ummah up, to uplift the ummah. Half of my money, to uplift the ummah. Would anyone come with his half money? Would anyone even bother to drive 15 minutes without care about his gas, how much he's going to spend? Would anyone, and I heard that someone was working and he's taking $5,000 per month and every day he's only eating tomato. He cares tomato. قوم إذا استنبح الأضياف كالبهم قالوا لأمهم بأبولي على النار. Some people, they get too cheap that they think that the ummah can be survived through them. Those people are bala. It cannot. You cannot survive on such people. Ummah cannot be built on such people. Person who cannot even contribute to his family properly. He cannot live properly because of his cheapness. That he wants only to gain his money for himself. And he doesn't want to give a penny for his ummah. Do you think that the ummah will be survived on such people? It cannot be survived. When Abu Bakr came to the Prophet ﷺ and Umar thought that he competed Abu Bakr came with all his money. And he put all his money in front of the hands of the Prophet ﷺ. This is how ummah can be survived. It's only their money. It's even themselves. Even themselves. Once Umar al-Khattab, he said, you know, O Prophet, I love you more than my kids, more than anything on this dunya, but about myself, I have a doubt in that. He said, no, Umar, you have to love me even more than yourself. He said, O Prophet ﷺ, by Allah, I love you more than myself. He said, Al-Ana Ya'ud. This is Islam first. To contribute, to sacrifice. It cannot be built without that. Mus'ab bin Umayr, the story of Mus'ab bin Umayr, he's the one who understood Ibrahim and Ismail well. Mus'ab bin Umayr, when he became a Muslim, you know, he used to wear the best clothes, the best perfume, best clothes, best perfume. He used to be the most recognized person with his dress and his uniform. When people in Mecca used to see Mus'ab bin Umayr, they used to point fingers to him. This is Mus'ab bin Umayr, passed by him because of his look. You know what's happening with Mus'ab bin Umayr? He sacrificed everything. Even his mom told him, if you went behind this man, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you have nothing to do with my money. No property, no money, nothing. You are gonna get zero. He said, Allah wa Rasuluhu ahabbu ilayhi. That I love Allah and His Rasul more than anything else. So he left his mom. He left the luxury. And in Uhud, when the Prophet ﷺ gave him the flag, al-raya, when they gave him the raya, he was murdered. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, so he fell down. You know what's happened with Mus'ab? Prophet ﷺ passed by Mus'ab and he said, رجال صدقوا ما عاهدوا الله عليه فمنهم من قضى نحبه ومنهم من ينتظر وما بدلوا تبديلا. He looked at Mus'ab and he said, قد رأيتك بمكة لم أرى رجلا أرق حلة منك ولا لمة منك. So I passed in Mecca and I used to see you that with the wonderful clothes and with wonderful hair, combing his hair beautifully. He said, now I am seeing you with a burda. When they want to cover him burda, like a burda, little clothes, they want to cover his head, his feet will be shown. And when they want to cover his feet, his head will be shown. When he was lying down. This is what he left with, Mus'ab. This is what Mus'ab left with. That when he left, he did not have the same clothes, but he had better clothes. And that clothes of taqwa, of piety, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So brothers and sisters, this is what we need to look at the life of the Sahaba, to see why you're Muslims today. Why you're Muslim? Because if the Sahaba sit like how we're sitting today, if they did not contribute to Islam, you won't be Muslim today. And if you want the generation after us to come, and they want them to be a Muslim and a strong Muslims, you cannot sleep. You have to sacrifice. Because Umar sacrificed for you. Uthman sacrificed for you. Abu Bakr sacrificed for you. Ali ibn Abi Talib sacrificed for you. They sacrificed for us. If you want your generation, the generation comes after us, they want schools to live in. They want good education system to learn. They want to be taken care of. So tomorrow there is a fundraising dinner for Syria. And this is the test. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will test us. Are you going to come and contribute, sacrifice? And the day after, there is a meeting for the curriculum and for issues that relate to our kids in their schools. Are you going to come? We're going to be tested. Because to sacrifice, it doesn't mean that to sit home and you don't care. You only come on Eid. We have seen people only in Eid. And when they come in Eid, you see them as they don't laugh at your face. Because they don't say Salam Alaikum. You see, did I do anything wrong to those people? And many brothers, they say, did I do anything wrong to this brother? Why is not saying Salam Alaikum even? That I have never seen him, and he didn't even say Salam Alaikum. Is there any enmity between us? So would you think that Islam can be built on such character? It cannot be built on such character. We have to be united. We have to care about one another. We have to sacrifice. We have to build this ummah together, and it cannot be built with careless mentality. It cannot be built with some people who are sitting behind and saying and only criticizing. See, Sheikh said that. Dr. Hassan did this, and the mosque did that, and we only criticize them, and we sit and we do nothing. Yes, I'm working, I'm going to fail. And if someone working is going to fail once and twice, because he's working. But if you're not doing anything except criticizing, and you're not contributing to your community and to your society, to your masajid, if you're not contributing, then you're not going to fail. Because you did not contribute at all. So brothers and sisters, the Sahaba did a lot of great job. They did a great job. Significant amount of time, significant amount of money, significant amount of even themselves. People died in Azerbaijan. People died in China. People died in Andalus, in Spain. People died here and there. They sacrificed everything. And you want today to come in this critical time, in this challenging time. We are in the most challenging time. Islam is challenged. Your prophet is challenged. Can you sit and you don't do anything? This is the most time that we need to sacrifice. They sacrificed a lot, and we cannot even come close to their sacrifices. But also we need to understand, this is the time, very difficult time and very challenging time. We're being attacked from every corner. We're being attacked from every corner. Syria, Iraq, education, government statements against our prophets, Quran were burned, the Prophet ﷺ was drawn in pictures, your Islam being hijacked by some people who claim they are Muslims, and it is attacked by those who claim they are educators, and it is attacked from every corner. Your Islam being attacked, your Quran being attacked, your Prophet being attacked, your Ummah being attacked. So this is the time that you have to sacrifice. You cannot sit down. You cannot sit down. Ibrahim and Ismail, their story is to give whatever you like. To give whatever you like. See what's in your hand, what you like. It can benefit the Ummah. Give it for the sake of your Ummah. If you want to keep something for yourself, is to stand up on your feet, it's fine. But uplift your Ummah. Try to do something to uplift your Ummah. And do not care about how much you will give it. You know, a brother who's a taxi driver, I'm proud of him. Every day he comes with changes in his hand. Changes. And he's a taxi driver. He's not a millionaire. And he put these changes in the box. This is his sunnah. Put these changes in the box. You know what the Prophet said? If this brother having $2 and he's putting $1 in the box, let's say, if he has only $2, and he's putting $1 in the box, you know what he gave? He gave half of his money. And if a billionaire or millionaire, we have a lot of billionaires in our society, and they're worried even to give you $1,000 per month or $1,000 per function. You know this $1,000 from their billions? It counts nothing. This is not their half money. This is nothing from their money. This is nothing from their money. So what the taxi driver did is more important than that billionaire what he did. So we need, inshallah, to focus. Islam cannot be survived like that. And Muslims cannot be survived like that. We want to uplift our deen, we want to uplift it, then we have to take a role. Allah can uplift His religion without any sacrifice from anyone. You don't need to sacrifice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not need Uthman bin Affan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not need Umar al-Khattab, does not need Abu Bakr. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the sunnah in this life. That Islam to be uplifted need the people. This is the sunnah. He made this sunnah. So if you want Islam to be uplifted, that you need to work. You don't want to work? We're going to face. فَتَرَبَّصُوا حَتَّى يَأْتِيَ اللَّهُ. Because our sons is more important, more dearer to us, our kids more dearer to us, our maids more dearer to us, our homes dearer to us, and our cars dearer to us, our business dearer to us, our wealth dearer to us. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us, if this issue is dearer to you, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then wait for His decision. And His decision was seen in Syria, His decision was seen in Iraq, His decision was seen in Yemen, and His decision was seen in Libya, and we're seeing His decision everywhere, and you might see also His decision in Al-Aqsa Mosque may be soon. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله. أستغفرك ربي لا أحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسي، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ولي الصالحين، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. عباد الله اعلموا أن الله قد أمركم بأمر عظيم بدأ به بنفسه وسن به على ملائكة عرشه وثلث به على عباده الصالحين، فقال عز من قائل: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على هذا النبي الكريم وعلى من سار بهديه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين، وارض اللهم عن الخلفاء الأربعة أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي، واجعلنا اللهم في زمرتهم يوم لا ينفع مال ولا بنون إلا من أتى الله بقلب سليم. We need to teach our kids how to sacrifice. We need to teach our students at university how to sacrifice. We need to mobilize them. Muslim being attacked, where is our student at universities? Why they are not mobilized to defend Islam? Why our kids in the school cannot be mobilized to defend Islam? Why they are not praying Fajr Jumu'ah? Why they are not praying the 5 daily prayers? Do we need to ask these questions? Yes, we need to ask this question. And we need to mobilize ourselves, inshallah, and teach our kids how to uplift their ummah, inshallah. And I like the father that he brings his son with him to the salah. This is great. This is a wonderful boy that coming with his father, that he learned to come to the masjid. And also after the salah, his father gave him $2, put it in the box. Why? Because we're contributing to the ummah. Okay, you know what? We heard today there is an orphan in Syria, need to be taken care of. So we're gonna sponsor this. My child, you're gonna write the sponsorship. You're gonna write to sponsor an orphan in Syria. I'm gonna sponsor an orphan in Palestine. If 1.5 billion Muslims sponsored all the orphans in Iraq and in Syria, would we need those orphans to be raised in non-Muslims' homes? Do we need that? But again, this is issue related to how we're gonna say. How gonna say? An orphan needs a school. Take care about an orphan in Syria. Take care about an orphan in Aqsa. Take care about the Murabitin, that those who are sitting in the Masjid al-Aqsa. Today there are people today in a Friday sitting in Masjid al-Aqsa. You know what they're doing? They're protecting the Masjid al-Aqsa. Give them support. Take care about their family. Take care about their sons. Take care about their daughters. Raise them. You raise them from here. You can't do it? You can't build settlement? You know every Jewish guy on earth help, not all of them, but many, help the settlements. Would you build settlement for them? This is not settlement, this is their own country. In their own country, they cannot pray in their own masjid. In their own country, they cannot pray in their own masjid. So can you build for them houses, decent house? Can you let them survive in their own country? So this is sacrifice. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger more dear to us from anything. إنه سميع مجيب. اللهم برحمتك نحدث وعليك نتكل لا تكلنا لأنفسنا طرفة عين وخذ بنصيتنا إلى الخير. اللهم إنا نسألك من الخير كله عاجله وآجله ونعوذ بك من الشر كله عاجله وآجله. اللهم اجعلنا ممن يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. اللهم اجعلنا ربنا ممن يسمعون فيعقلون وممن يعقلون فيطبقون. اللهم اجعلنا ربنا ممن هم مفاتيح للخير مغاليق للشر. اللهم انفع بنا وانفعنا. اللهم واهدي بنا واهدنا يا رب العالمين. اللهم من أراد بالإسلام والمسلمين خيرا فوفقه لكل خير، ومن أراد بالإسلام والمسلمين شرا فخذه أخذ عزيز مقتدر. اللهم علمنا التضحية بالغالي والنفيس. اللهم علمنا التضحية بالغالي والنفيس في سبيلك يا ربنا. اللهم ولا تجعل آباءنا ولا أبناءنا ولا إخواننا ولا أزواجنا ولا عشيرتنا أحب إليك من أنفسنا منا يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعل حبك مقدما على حب كل شيء، واجعل طاعتك مقدمة على طاعة أي شيء برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم ارفع غضبك ومقتك عنا، وارفع الكرب والمصاب عن أهلنا في سوريا وعن أهلنا في العراق وعن أهلنا في الصومال وعن أهلنا في ليبيا.